So instead of saying, I lack the votes, let's give a swag-worthy message that the GOP will drain the swamp and slash middle-class taxes for growth. And that's the subject of the riff. All right, there's no question that congressional Democrats and their socialist, communist, DSA allies want to block every single item that President Trump is trying to get through Congress. Trump derangement syndrome. They're opposed to military spending, RE peace through strength. They're opposed to supplemental on the Iran war. They're completely blind to the fact that their Joe Biden, Barack Obama, big government socialism has sprung millions of fraudulent and corrupt and criminal leaks in these bloated Medicaid, hospice, Obamacare, SNAP food stamps, and so forth. So much so that RFK Jr. cut off $1 billion in California and Minnesota. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. And if they ever retake Congress, the Democrats will double up on their government takeover of the economy. Bet on it. They'll raise taxes on wealth and income across the board so that all of America would look like high-tax blue states such as California or New York. They're opposed to data centers and the AI revolution, thereby boosting China in the AI race, and then robbing working-class jobs, robbing those jobs like welders, electricians, carpenters, plumbers, other tradespeople, working folks. They'd rob those jobs. Democrats are going to try to shut the government down on September 30th. Bet on it. And if they ever retake the Congress, they'll jump to impeach Donald Trump again. And, of course, they'll be opposed to the Voter ID Save America Act because all along they're hoping that the 15 million illegals who crossed the border under Biden will figure out how to get driver's licenses in order to vote. We already saw there's 6,600 non-citizens registered to vote in New Jersey. Now, the governor said it was a software glitch. Sure it was. Blame the motor vehicle agency. Sure, that's all there was, right? Really? So all that said, what might happen under Democrat, socialist, communist rule, the regrettable fact remains that the Republicans are not showing any swag or riz when it comes to communicating a clear message and showing folks why it's important to keep the GOP Congress and what they're going to do if reelected. Now, Mr. Thune said today the Senate lacks votes for the $95 billion House budget resolution. I'll quote him, quote, "So as I've said before, you've got to get to 50, and I can't count to 50 right now on a budget resolution," end quote. Meanwhile, Caroline Leavitt said the president's patience with Thune and Republicans is running low. Take a listen.
Leader Thune, his patience is running out.
Look, the president spoke about this directly yesterday. His patience is running out. He wants to see as much of the Save America passed as possible by the August recess. He knows that's what the American people want to see passed.
This is what I talked about last evening and the night before that. But the kind of riz and aura I'm talking about is a big bang leadership appeal to win. Let's cut $500 billion out of waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption. That was the GSA number, the Government Services Administrator number. That was Elon Musk's number. And the public clamors for draining the D.C. swamp. Free enterprise means smaller government. Then let's give middle-class taxpayers a break so they don't have to pay tax on Joe Biden's massive inflation. Now, look, tax-free tips and tax-free overtime were great ideas from the One Big Beautiful Bill, along with 100% bonus depreciation, which has spurred such a massive business investment boom. All that was great. But now, to help working folks this year, the GOP needs to inflation index capital gains and raise the capital gains exemption on the sale of a home to maybe up to $2 million. That'll help those empty nester families that don't need the big house they've owned for 30 years, while the inflation rate has gone up 108%. Now, those are swag messages. Those are riz messages. Instead of saying, I lack the votes, let's say we're going to win and here's how, and we're going to strut this message in full public view between now and the midterm election. And that's tonight's riff. Okay.